The obsessed artist trope follows someone who strives to achieve what they desire, usually success at any and all costs. This dangerous mentality often leads them down a dark path of perpetual dissatisfaction and deadly hubris. Butterfly Kisses does this in a spooky, ooky way. Before watching this hidden gem of a movie, I had never heard of it before until I stumbled upon it on Tubi. It follows a filmmaker, Gavin York, who discovers a box of videotapes containing the unfinished college thesis of two film students. He becomes determined in documenting the process of finishing what they started. The movie turns into a found footage documentary within a documentary. Starting off in a familiar Blair Witch manner, the two students, Sophia and Feldman, are investigating the local urban legend of Peeping Tom, an entity that allegedly appears at the end of a bridge tunnel if you stare down the tunnel without blinking for an hour. Once you see him, you can't unsee him. Every time you blink, he comes closer and closer until he flutters his long eyelashes against yours, hence the title, Butterfly Kisses. What happened to the students remains a mystery that Gavin strives to figure out, but in the process, he begins to change for the worse. Honestly, I didn't like the guy from the beginning, and that's probably because I just don't trust a man who dresses like this and says the word coinky-dink. Anyway, the students actually succeed in capturing an image of Peeping Tom through clever use of their camera. Since the lens acts like an eye, the lens doesn't have to blink like a human does. However, no one believes their footage to be genuine, thinking they used cool effects or camera tricks. This is further utilized by the filmmaker, quote, "I took their film and finished it and made it my film." The problem lies in proving legitimacy. The documentary crew filming him remind Gavin that things could go south, to which he basically says, "I mean, yeah, but if I fail, that means it falls on you too." So he's willing to shift the blame onto the crew and blame them for his failures. He even fails to gain the support of small-town paranormal believers who demand further evidence and aren't as gullible and dumb as Gavin thought they were. The film goes back and forth between the past and the present as the film crew gets closer to finding out what happened to the students. Gavin is fueled by his desire to make it big and make more money to supposedly support his family, but he dumps all their savings into production of the film. Interviews featuring his wife reveal that Gavin mostly does wedding videos, and her parents secretly lend her money because Gavin doesn't make enough. The students, Sophia and Feldman, drive themselves to self-destruction and paranoia through the consequences of capturing the image of Peeping Tom. They argue and further destroy an already strained work partnership due to Sophia being awarded credit she didn't deserve on a previous project, and Feldman, of course, feeling resentful over it. As Gavin loses himself in the process, the intentions of the crew filming him come to light. They don't really care about Gavin's project. They're utilizing him as a subject of their own, quote, fascinating character study, by framing him as a crazy obsessive, and everyone else begins to hate him for trying to profit off the disappearances of the students rather than simply reporting it to authorities. Obsession stems from failure. Gavin desperately wants to be seen as a legitimate film director instead of doing wedding videos, and Sophia and Feldman need something real and authentic after having secretly cheated on a prior assignment. Towards the end, the documentary crew begins to panic, realizing they're out of their depth when Gavin vanishes. The director has a similar moment of frustration as Gavin, refusing to drop the film even if it compromises the rest of the crew's morals. And the cycle continues of whether or not to put everything on the line for art. Also, watching this movie, I had a little bit of a fangirl moment because they brought in Eduardo Sanchez, the guy who directed the Blair Witch Project, and I was like, it's him! It's the king himself. But yeah. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more spooky. Bye.